All right, let me see. Welcome back, y'all. I'm sorry. I wanted to hear that song. I wanted us to enjoy that song. And guess that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, y'all. But I love that song, and I wanted y'all to feel the vibe for this weekend. I wanted y'all, but I won't be doing that no more. That was crazy. I shouldn't have did that. If you could like, tag, and share, I'd appreciate it because we got something to say. We're gonna say it real quick. We're gonna enjoy our weekend, right? Here we go. Here we go. So what we were talking about, I'm like tagging, I'm inviting people in because I got booted out. Thank you, all of those that are on, like, tagging, and sharing. This has been a week. This has been an amazing week. And we thankful to be here on Friday. So listen, while we getting the audience back on, don't forget, don't you allow life to drag you or life to push you, quiet you. You got to stand flat-footed and be authentic. You got to be intentional. Does that make sense? I want you to know the scripture talks about that. What is it? Deuteronomy 1:8, to go in and possess the land. We getting ready for the weekend. We getting ready for the holiday. We getting ready for breakthrough. Some of us are getting ready for even some stuff. I know some people that have lost family members, and you're getting ready to confront or deal with some stuff. You just like, yeah, I really wasn't fit for this. What's up, Brad? But don't you allow your emotions to dominate you, to push you back, to change the beauty of how God made you, the genuineness that God has put on you and put in you, the acts of kindness that you used to love, that you love, that defines you from everybody else, right? There are some of us that just be like, you know what? I love giving. Here it is. You might decide that, you know what? I'm not cooking. I'm not sharing. I'm not going out. I'm not doing that. You might not be able to do it, but you could set something in order that somebody else can do it. You can say, what's up, my Coca Mocha? What's up, Jayla? Let me tell you, I done got in trouble. I played our song, Jerusalem, and we were jamming, and I got kicked off. I got shut down because there's certain rules that you got to follow, and PM didn't do that. So I want to thank God for everybody that's like, tagging, and sharing and getting back in. Let me tell you, Coco, we can't allow life, circumstances, jailer situations to dictate and drive us away from who we really are. And so the other week they kicked me off and said I was an imposter. We got over that. Then somebody took the notification. A whole lot of stuff been going on with Midday. And then here I come, Jayla, Kia, and I want to hear my song, Jerusalem, because I'm jamming and I wanted to share that with you. Why did I tell you all that? There's going to be some ups and downs and some valleys and some high points. But the bottom line is you got to pick yourself up. You got to allow the Lord to keep processing you. You cannot quit. Jordan, it's been a doozy, but it's been a good journey. I've learned a lot in the last week and a half, right? And I've learned the strength of unity and community. You got to know that as you're going through your process and getting ready to deal with some stuff, some breakthrough, everything is not the disaster. Everything is not demonic. Some stuff is prophecy fulfilled. Some stuff is manifestation, right? And you've got to recognize that in that, you got to keep on moving. You've got to keep on building. You got to stay intentional. So to those that are coming up on this holiday, coming up with family, and you are like, yeah, no, I don't feel like it. You might not be able to handle going to the building, going to the dinner, but you might can handle FaceTiming. You might can handle, pictures, whatever it is, still be a part. You might not be a part the way Jordan, that you wanted to, Tamika, but be a part. Navigate the way God allows you. Don't be a blank. Don't be MIA. Don't be, I'm just an absent, ballot. No. So Meeks, Hey, Sabrina. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love this woman, Sabrina. She's always beautiful, always posting classy, always posting positive. We absolutely. Jordan said, keep moving with this internet, building and growing. Keep moving and growing with this life, with this atmosphere, with this climate that we live in. I want you to know, stay in the vein, stay in the lane. Don't you allow things to throw you off and then you MIA, or that guess what? You shifted gears and not in a positive way. So I was getting dressed, Sabrina, and I'm getting ready. And then next thing you know, I'm doing exercise. Instead of shrinking back, what about expanding? What about David said, I'll get more indignant than this. Instead of being mad and sad, what about being giving and great? What about being kind and considerate? I'm talking to somebody, and this weekend you're like, I can't wait. I'm doing nothing. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not participating. Somebody's going to be looking for your presence, and you might not be able to give that, and that's fine. Or you might not be there, but that doesn't mean that you got to be an absent ballot. No. It's too much technology. You could get on a Zoom, you could Skype, you could FaceTime, you could do something. You could still be a part. It might not be the same way, but there's another way of doing it. There's a new way of doing it, right? And you could still hit the mark. There it is. There it is. This is what we wanted to talk about. This weekend might be demanding, and the way that you normally show up, you can't show up. But that doesn't mean don't show up. That doesn't mean you could still be cute, Red. You could still be very demure, right, Sabrina? Classy. And everybody's doing what they do. That doesn't mean that you got to show up the way you used to or what they're expecting, but you could shift something. You could embrace something. You can invite something. And then guess what? Baby, it's brazen. Baby, it's still cute. It's still there. It's just that guess what? I shifted gears. Oh, I could talk to you. I don't have to, hey, Carrie, we've been praying for you. Please keep the White family up in prayer. Carrie, I love you so much. That's Bishop Steve's sister. They lost their stepfather. And Carrie, there's a way we can handle grief. There's a way that we can handle our emotions. Years ago, we didn't have that. Shanika, you could just fall out, tell somebody off or whatever. There's another way of doing things. People are able to air fry chicken without frying it in deep grease. People are able to eat fried chicken without all the traditions that we know, but still satisfied. There's a way, Savetta, right? There's a way we can do it. And it's a new way. It's a new way. It's a way I could communicate to you that I'm dissatisfied, I'm not happy, without scattering, without destroying, without killing, I could communicate so effectively, so efficiently, so much wrapped up in love that guess what? It will destroy the yoke of the enemy and still save the person, still redirect the person. It's just different. She said, I love you, PM. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. We absolutely love you, Carrie. We could show up, Carrie, and it don't have to be all the negativity. You know how some people be like, it's going to be drama. It's going to be this. And the anticipation, the anxiety for it is like out the door. There's a way that I could show up. I told my husband this. Oh, there's a way we could have Thanksgiving and we ain't got to have 2 days of cooking, cleaning, scrubbing. You know, years ago, my mom used to use these pots, Corningwell pots, and that's what they had, right? When I got married, I brought that into my marriage. The white pots, right? And they had the blue flour on it. They were not nonstick. That you got to soak those. Remember those? That you got to soak the mac and cheese out, soak anything that's stuck on it. Well, when I got married, Dr. Medina was like, you could use aluminum pans and they're disposable. And I'm like, what? I don't use disposable. I don't use paper plates. Do you know now you can use paper plates and they look like china? Where before we just had them thin ones. What am I saying? Things change. Situations change. Transition has taken place. And there is a way that you could do something, right? What's up, Kia? And what's up, TNT? I'm talking about there are ways that you could get something done, and you could do it, and it's called sweatless, and it's called no drama, and it's called good, and it's called great. And the impact is just as powerful as when we, even more so. Years ago, there's a way we knew how to do something. I need to just go at you. I need to tell you off. But in the scripture, it talks about blessing those that curse us, right? Speaking well of those that despitefully use you. So I could go at it flesh to flesh and nobody wins, right? But then there's a way, TT, I could go in God, go by Holy Spirit, and all of a sudden it's destroyed. The enemy plan is overtaken, right? And then God gets the glory. There is a way that you could show up. You could still show up in power and show up in purpose, right? And you might not even leave your home. I'm preaching the gospel right now, teaching, talking, reaching people all over the world, right? Because of modern technology, things have changed. There is a way you could get something accomplished. And guess what? It doesn't have to have the same negative effects. There's a way that you could friend somebody. Many of the wounds of a friend, you could carry that. You could keep that. You could connect. And guess what? It breaks the enemy's back. A way that you could raise your kids. And it doesn't have to be the same way mom and them did it. That's all they knew. This weekend, this holiday that's coming up, this Thanksgiving, the end of the year, TNT, we don't have to sit there and be MIA. We have modern technology. You could pre-record a tape, a message, and send it to your family. You might be dealing with this holiday with grief, and you just can't handle all of that. You love them. You could still send your sweet potato pie. They're going to know that you were there. They're going to know that auntie loves them. You could put a video behind it and all of a sudden let them know, I love you, I miss you, I just couldn't make it. But that doesn't mean that I didn't want to be there. And guess what? Bam, bam. The enemy of confusion is defeated. There is a way that we could win this world without getting into foolish babbling and conversations that don't profit. There's a way. It's called living the life. It's called being the example, right? So you could change. Here it is. Soretta says, so true. Change the method, not the message. Oh, there's a way you could come through. I'm talking about you could be classy, elegant, style, and grace, and you ain't show one backside, one cleavage, nothing, and you still look like amazing. You don't have to say one bad word. You ain't got to pull back from Satan. Them BC years before Christ, and you could say what you got to say, and it could be clear, and it could be factual, and it could be well understood, and we ain't got to cuss and fuss. Why do we think that we got to pull from the nature of sin in the bad times to exemplify good times, to make my statement? No. What I want to say is stay in God, stay intentional, stay classy, stay anointed, right? Show up on purpose, show up intentional. Yeah, there's a way we could do it. There's a way that we could move mountains. God moves mountains. Everything don't have to be with a demolition truck. No, it don't. No, it don't. But it got to be with unity, huh? It got to be with unity. It got to be with a conversation. It has to be with strategy. There is a way that you could get a position in your church or in a ministry or in life, and you ain't got to tear nobody down. You just got to be faithful. A faithful man abides in the blessing, right? He said he will abide. He would live in. I don't have to scandal your name. I ain't got to dirt your name. I ain't got to play petty tricks and games. I got to stay in the flow. 5, 2, and 1. Didn't they do what they were supposed to? Apostle Ann, mwah, mwah. God bless you, Apostle. We love you. Apostle Ann, we ain't got to be dirty or secular or carnal to have elevation. That's our portion. All you got to do is work what God gave you. David didn't go out there to talk about nobody. He did not throw dirt on anyone. His brothers tried to down him. His brothers tried to diminish him, insult him. David stayed focused on the bounty. David focused on what was before him. David came equipped. You don't have to play child's game. You ain't got to get into all of that. You don't have to be petty. You got to stay where you are, where God has kept you, and stay in the oil. Stay under the oil. I want to encourage you. You ain't got to do what they doing. You ain't got to play the same play that they playing. You playing from another place. You playing from Holy Spirit. You playing from the realm of the Spirit, not the realm of the flesh. So here it is, Jordan. Joseph didn't play them games, them Babylonian games and all that religious stuff. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to prophesy and prostitute to get an advancement. You got to serve. The greatest among us is the servant. So if you are dealing with grief this weekend, the end of the year, and you lost somebody, and it's going to be overwhelming for you to go to your family function. Well, we understand that. I've been there. The way I might handle it is not the way you handle it. But what I do know, Jordan, is that guess what? You could do a video. You could send a card. You could do something. You could communicate. Auntie's not there. I just need a minute, maybe next year, maybe next month. But I want you to know that I love you and I miss you. And I sent my pie. I sent my potato salad. How my coworker used to say, Jordan, my potato salad. She never said potato salad. And you could still show love. There are many ways that we could do it. The one way that we've been doing it might not be that way anymore. Does that make sense? The way that you handle situations, circumstances, and events, that might not be the way. That might not be the way. So because of the pandemic, it's given us and opened up so many opportunities. Here's one, for example. My husband and I going out to get prepared for Thanksgiving, Apostle, Minister Sabetta, Jordan. And because of the pandemic, we are able to, on an app, have our food ready and they bring it out at the door. So if you didn't even want to engage in the crowd, in the community, you still could get your delivery. We've all lived through that. Amazon at the door. He said, be loving leaders and inspire people to empower themselves. Absolutely, Jordan. Be loving, be a leader, be inspiring, be empowering, be a pusher, a purpose. So we had to learn these other options that you could get on your phone and you could get deliveries. Doesn't make Grubhub. What's been on the outside was able to come to you, right? That came through the pandemic. Many of us were not techie. Many of us were not engaged. We like me, I wasn't with that, right? But now we've learned and we have all of these options. Let those opportunities work for us to advance the kingdom. You might not be ready. You might not have it. Communicate it. Still show up. Shut the enemy down. Shut the enemy. You might be wanting to read a book. Well, guess what? And you might be like, I don't have the energy or the time, but I want to read this book. They got it where it's audio. You could listen to it. You could download it and you could hear it. That doesn't mean that you don't read the book. That doesn't mean you don't get the knowledge of the book. That doesn't mean you can't advance. What that means is the normal way of me doing something, the normal way I've been trained, I'm going to tap into another method of doing it. Another method, another way. Does that make sense? You might have been used to always being the boss, always being top tier, always being the leader. There is another way that you could do it. There's another way it can be done. You can delegate. You might be, Cassidy, I don't have to be the front liner. I don't have to be the front liner. Jesus Christ is the front liner. But what I know is I need to have a Solomon's team, a strong team, like Jordan said, to be empowered and they can help. I don't have to show up. Some of us are at a disservice because you are begrudging the holiday because everything has to fall on you. Not so. I know that y'all get ready to get off this line. When I say, do you know you could go to a soul food place or a business and you could order something? You could order something. You could order them yams. And instead of slaving at the stove, if that's not really where you are and you could get it done, yeah, you could order a pan of mac and cheese or rice and gravy and college. If that's in your budget, why am I saying that? Because before that was unheard of. You know, if you didn't cook that food, and people, they if I tell them, Lisa, there are times that I tell people that my husband is the cook. He is G Garvey, and I'm likened to a Martha Stewart. I got all my settings in my decoration. Lisa, do you know people look at me and be like, shame on you that you don't cook and your husband cooks? Not it's shame on me that I would cook and I'm not really gifted or passionate about it, and then I'm going to invite people. My husband loves it. His daddy was a cook, right? What's up, Tina Bina? So for 18 years, no, I haven't cooked the Christmas. No, I don't cook. No, Bishop Antonio, that's what he do, and he does it well. And he would cook for 2 days. Well, Tina, I do a disservice trying to do something that ain't really my deal. Right? Well, you could learn. You should get in there. No, I should not. What I'm gonna do is help expand the vision, and I'm setting the table. He don't try to set the table. Lisa, Bishop do the cooking. He's doing chicken. He's stuffed. I seen it. We don't have to buy racks for as much food as he cooked, and he loved to feed. That's his deal. Does that mean that we don't have Thanksgiving because I'm not on the hymn of Thanksgiving? No. No, you got to learn how to navigate, how to move and to shift, right? And some of us don't really have the time, right? Here it is. Thanks, Bina said, happy Friday, everybody. Listen, here it is. There are some of us, your work schedule has picked up. So you're going to spend $50 on mac and cheese. You go to a place, they sell the best mac and cheese. Buy it and put it in the oven. Is it mac and cheese? I know y'all getting ready to say, PM, if we don't have that tater salad that grandma used to make, it ain't Thanksgiving. I get it. Then I'm not talking to you. But I'm talking to someone that says, I still want to present, but my schedule is different. Huh? My patience, my mind is different. And I'm going to order it, and it will be at the table, and it's going to be good. Right? There are some of us that got to know, what's up, Candy Cane? That the way that we've been doing things doesn't have to stay the same. The results can be great, but your method can change, right? So there are times in our ministry that I don't say, not that I don't know what's going on, but my husband has another oil, or there's an area that he will say, honey, I need you are better in this area. It's a better fit for you. That's a skill set in itself. That's an anointing, Tina, to find out what works and then work it. Okay? Not find out what we want to work, but find out where the divine fit is, and then work that, and then thrive off of that and soar off of that. That takes strength right there to find out. Have you ever tried to do a puzzle? Do you know the skill? And you got to try to match it up and remember, that's not just anything. That takes determination. That takes intentionality. That takes focus. Candy, sometimes we want to do stuff, or we want people to be in our life, and we just going to make it be a fit. If it ain't a fit, it ain't a fit. But where the skill is, and where the patience is, and where the truth is, I could find something, and then I get it to fit. And then it can't break. But if I find something that don't, and it look like it kind of fits, it can't stand the pressure because it's not rightly jointed. That's even in a relationship, not just finding a man or a woman, but finding the man and the woman of God that's for you and that you are for them. Then we could stand. Then the two become one. But finding someone, that ain't the problem. You can find somebody. You beautiful. You're anointed. You're it. But can you find the joint? Can you find the divine connection? Can you find where our purposes meet up together? Can you find out what our passions are? Can we find out what our interests are so that we can lock on? Huh? Right. And then once we locked in and it can't be separated because we got more in common than what we think. I want you to take the time. Somebody need to send some hearts up. Thank you. Cindy Lou, I want you to find out, think about, and pray about. Guess what? What am I doing? Do I have to keep doing it this way? I have had something as simple as an outfit, And the way I put it together, that combo was a no-go. Them shoes were not right for it. I don't throw the shoes out and I don't throw the outfit out. But what I do is, like Dr. Medina said, I reimagine it. I recreate it. So there's something that you might have. And some of us are like, this is real talk, PM. I am not able to deal. I'm not able. I don't have it. Don't be guilty about not having it. Don't be so down on yourself. Let yourself go with that. But I still can execute this way. If I usually give 1,000% and Jordan, I can't give it, I need to be honest to say I could only give 50%, but I'm going to give the best 50 I have, right? Because that's where I'm at. Pray for me. I want us to be okay. You doing business, you're a business person, don't over deliver. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Don't overpromise. Don't make promises you can't keep and then show up on an E. No, just be honest about what it is. I'm not good with that. That's not me. I'm not doing it. Yeah, at 54, I like to say, thank God that I'm at a place that, I'm not all the way there, but this is what I could do. I could do that, and I'm not doing that. Why? That don't work for me. I've learned I don't have knees like Megan. I got knees like Martha. And some shoes, some outfits, certain things, they don't work for me anymore. And instead of me trying to fix it, force it, because I lost that weight. No. What I've learned is that I'm becoming the best version of me. And I love that. I know I could do this and I can't do that. That's not a heel for me. That's not a look for me. That's not a relationship for me. That's not a conversation for me. I can't engage in that. I can't eat that. That's not going to work for me, okay? Don't bring that. And that's where the power is. That's where the growth is. That's where the deliverance is, being authentically you. I hope that this message, this time we had, helps us, right? I wanted to put on my song, and Facebook said that don't work, and they booted me out. They did, Tina. They kicked me off. Now, I've been getting kicked off for other things, but this one was on me because I wanted to hear my song, right? And I was determined. That doesn't mean that Facebook, this is their policy. And I thought that it wouldn't catch up, but it did. But let's be honest about where we are and what we can do and what we bring. I believe God, but right now, my breakthrough ain't come. I'm in between. I'm not a hater. I'm still in. Auntie still love you. Honey, I still love you. I just can't. There were moments in my marriage. My husband has had to say, I can't deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I just want to be alone. We lost family. It's real. We're not out of it. I can't handle that. I don't want to hear that. I just need a minute. Like this morning I woke up and I'm just looking outside of in my yard, looking at flowers, drinking my coffee, minding my very own business. That's what I could do. That's what I felt like. And do you know, in my role with my coffee, my pumpkin spice sugar-free syrup for my coffee, I felt so empowered that guess what? What I needed and what I required was called peace. That's what with the order. Peace and good protein coffee. Looking around, listening to nothing. Then when I got up, I was able to listen to my worship, do my exercise, and had an amazing lunch with y'all. And I did it in a happy spirit. I did it on purpose. I'm praying that you would find your flow and be okay. I'm sitting here. I'm not depressed. I'm minding my business. I'm enjoying looking out the window. Why you just want to look out the window? Only crazy people look out the window. Okay. Right now, looking out the window is where I'm at, and I'm not bothering nobody. And be okay with that. Be okay with that. Right? Listen, we love you. Jordan said, be authentically you. Jordan, yeah, it's okay. People want to change you. Let God be true. Let the authentic you stand up. I don't feel like the fluff. Some people will be like, I want this and I want that. I did something for my nephew the other day, and he said to me, and it was so sweet. He said, Auntie, I bought him. We got pizza. We were celebrating him. from this Italian restaurant. He said, I'd have been fine with Domino's. It don't take much for me. How powerful that he was okay. You like Domino's? He like, don't sleep on Domino's. I love me some Domino's. He didn't need all that. And he was okay to say Domino's would have worked for me. And I said, I thought that, but I went another way. He was thankful for that. But what is he saying? You ain't got to put all that. You ain't got to put the fluff on me. I was thankful for the idea, the concept, the presentation. Let the main thing be the main thing. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your life. For those that are getting on the road, you get ready to travel and you going early, I want you to have an amazing time. Show up. To those that said, I'm not doing it, I'm not cooking, I'm not doing that. You know what? You still could show up if you choose to. If you can, if you got the strength to show up, there's just another way of showing up and showing love. Listen, happy Friday to all of you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll be together next week. Sunday, this weekend is Power Pack for United Nations. So I'm asking for prayer. We're doing outreach on Saturday at a rehabilitation center. We've been there for 10 years. I'm so excited to bring Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, my husband and I into that area. So please pray for us that souls would be saved, that people would enjoy Thanksgiving, families. Also, we're doing a back-to-back on Sunday. We'll be giving out about 150 turkeys, 160 turkeys, and it's boxes. We'll be doing outreach this entire weekend. It's called Friendsgiving, God's giving, God's goodness. So please, please, please keep us up in prayer. If you know anybody that's in the Charlotte area and they need turkey, they need pray. Here it is. If you can, we have boxes of food. We have Thanksgiving. If you are in the area, Shanika, you could get Thanksgiving. We would be more than pleased to help you and your family for Thanksgiving. If you are in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, the Queen City. Listen, Jayla, we love you. That's Sunday morning. Those that want to sow your seed of $18, why? Deuteronomy 1:8, you're going to possess the land. Go to $ Marcy 70, sow your seed. Listen, we absolutely love you. We are praying strength and power, open doors and favor. We declare the anointing of God be upon you to endure, to be encouraged, to conquer, to possess. Family memories, great healing take place, a mighty move of God throughout this weekend, throughout this week, for the entire year. We absolutely love you. Thank you for joining Midday. Again, thank you for your generous giving. We love you guys. Don't forget, be kind to somebody, share with somebody, love somebody, show up and be blessed. We'll see you next week.
We're going to ask y'all to rock with us as we get out of here today. How many of you know that Jesus will? No matter what the situation, no matter what the problem, you've got to be confident and know that Jesus will. Come on, push those thumbs up. But